welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. We are currently standing here in Ishgard in front of our Phantom's mansion. Because, as I said last time, we want to unlock the Moogle Beast tribe and we need to do several side quests to do so, which are not yet marked. From Stormblood onwards, they are always marked with a classical plus sign. There's something to unlock here, but not yet. And it begins with this unflinching Temple Knight. Seeks the aid of an adventurer who felled Nidhogg. I'm not quite certain if you need to just have finished area or if you actually need to have finished the vault dungeon. But something like this. It locks on eventually, yeah? It is 56. I've been looking for you, Desiree. Commander Handeloup of the Temple Knights has an urgent matter he'd like to discuss with you. It would seem your strength is required once again. Pray, make your way to the congregation of our Knights Most Heavenly and lend an ear to his request. Now, Handeloup always stands here for quite some time. The adventurer felt the dread from Nidhogg. Here at last. I have a request that requires the strength of one such as you. We wish to know the current state of the Churning Mists now that Nidhogg has been laid low. To that end, we have planned a reconnaissance mission that aims to gather information on the Churning Mists. Minnie here will be leading this mission, and I would ask that you aid her with your knowledge as well as your strength. If you wish to aid us, pray speak to her. Poor woman wears the female Dragoon armor, level 50, and, unlike the male one, open stomach. The male one has a nice scale armor here. It would be perfectly fine for females as well. It would, in my opinion, improve the armor actually. So like here, down here, this was also here for the males. So you are the adventurer Desiree I've heard so much about. We're met, friend. I'm Manny, and I'll be leading our mission to the Churning Mists. I know Sir Handeloup has spoken to you already. Will you be lending us your assistance? Not. It is an honor to have the aid of the one who felled the mighty Nidhogg. As you already know, we hope to strike deep into the heart of what once was Nidhogg's domain. However, the Churning Mists remain an uncharted territory for us. I would ask that you teach us all you know of the place, of the beasts dwelling within, and any other information that could aid our mission. See, you have my thanks this way. With this information to guide us, we can plan a secure route to our destination. We shall take the airship and make anchor at the rookery. We shall begin preparations for our departure shortly. Let us meet again at the rookery, Desiree. Then let's return to the Churning Mists and help the Dragoons on their scouting mission. And there's the airship. We are honored to have you with us, Desiree. It's also a female, right? I don't know. So this the Churning Mists. It's the first time it has stood in the Horde's stronghold. With the safety of the Holy See, we must needs ascertain the movements of the Horde, now that Nidhogg no longer guides them. Nonetheless, this place fills me with a sense of unease. It's as if someone, or something, is watching us. 'Tis best not to pay nervous fancies any mind. Desiree, we shall begin our mission shortly. May it end without incident? No, it's a female Dragoon. Good. I felt ill at ease since our arrival, but if something has been watching us, it would be best for us to remain here in case any dragons should lie in ambush, lest we alert them to our suspicions. Desiree, pray investigate the area for any signs of dragons lurking in the shadows. Alright, dragons lurking in the shadow. Alright, dragons. More dragons. There's the purple circle. Any more dragons? Yeah. Damn it. And down there. Dang it. As I thought, the dragons tried to take us unawares. We used the cover of the clouds to escape the horde's wrath in the skies, but it seems the dragons here have somehow caught wind of our arrival. Nevertheless, we cannot waver now simply because danger may lie ahead. We shall proceed with the scouting as planned. Desiree, pray ready yourself. This mission may prove to be more difficult than we anticipated. Desiree, we have need of your aid once again. A unit of scouts has been dispatched to the northeast and would have you bolster their strength. I was meant to go myself, but I've received a report that a dragoon from another scouting party was wounded. I was meant to go myself, but I received a report that a dragoon from another scouting party was wounded. I will go and assist them. Apologies, the burden must fall on you, but we have no other choice. Godspeed, Desiree. The mighty Desiree has come to our aid. Many sent word that she would come herself, but to have the adventurous slew Nidok come is an unexpected godsend. We hope to use this area as a base for our scouting missions, but the blood dragons stalking about are making things a bit difficult. Maybe you could help us by slaying, say, 3 of them? I'll try to keep up with you. You made quick work of those dragons. I was aiming to slay one myself. We should be able to begin scouting in earnest now, thanks to you. God damn it. We're nowhere in sight. You see, the blood dragons got a little too close for comfort not too long ago, and by trying to drive them off, I lost track of two very valuable epherometers. We used them to measure the airflow levels in the Churning Mists, and they were specifically made for this thin atmosphere. They're now irreplaceable. If we don't return with them intact, then our mission here will have been for naught. Please, this way. Help us locate them. You say him? Now go to search for the epherometers. Here they are. Ah, many thanks. Let's see. Excellent. The measurements seem to be still be intact. With this, the first step of our mission ends in success. I'd hate to ask another favor of you, but could you please bring the epherometers to Manny? I'll remain here and continue my duties. Didn't you want to go somewhere, Manny? So, how are the scouts to the northeast faring? I trust with your help there hasn't been any mishaps? I was charged with bringing you these. Ah, the measurements for the epherometers have already been completed. Let's see. Got to be good. Sir Estinian's report included mention of the Airy, but we didn't anticipate the etheric energy to be this powerful. If we send this to the congregation, they should be able to glean even more information in the analysis. We have our thanks, Desiree. These things take time. Desiree, while you were assisting our scouts to the northeast, two locations were discovered to the west that appear to be ancient battlefields. I think these would be ideal places to take etheric measurements. I've sent scouts to each location already, but the ever-present threat of attack makes it difficult for them to obtain accurate readings. Please ensure their safety while they perform their duties. Head to Softon Walls first and meet with my scout. He'll let you know what's required of you. Ah, Desiree. Many sent word of your arrival. Your strength shall prove to be a tremendous help to our work. This area is crawling with dinosaurs, making it impossible to set up the epherometers to obtain accurate readings. We need you to provide a distraction while we set up the epherometers. If you slay 3 of them, that should provide us ample time. Ow. Thing hit me. One gnash-red teeth as they might, the dinosaurs were no match for the likes of you. We managed to set up the epherometers without incident. Although I must admit it would have been a treat to see you fight for a bit longer. I must wait until the epherometers are done with the measurements. Do you think you could check on the scouting party at the other battlefield? They have been dispatched to the north, and no doubt they are facing the same troubles I have. Pray help them if they require it. Fitting that I'm a monk, right? You think about the level 30 to 50 monk quests? Setting up epherometers? Also on ancient battlefields? Ah, the adventurer. You've come just in time. I'm in dire need of help. I finished setting up my epherometers, but on the way back to my post, a dinosaur attacked and stole my scouting report. I'm not sure which one made off with the report, but I don't think it could have gone far. I'll do what I can to help you find it. So, kill dinosaurs here. Until you find the right one. Bad one. I don't know if it's an accident chance or if it's always the mob that spawns in that area. So, were you able to find the report? Ah, this is it. I was in the middle of writing it when the dragons attacked and laid its grubby paws on it. I can't thank you enough for helping out. Now that my report has been completed, I can continue with a more detailed survey. But first we must collect the 3 epherometers set up around the area. I'd hate to impose on you again, adventurer, but could you collect them for me? Sure, let's collect them. And back to the Dragoon. You have my thanks, adventurer. The etheric measurements seem to be in order. The scout to the south has completed his readings as well, has he not? On your return, pray collect the epherometers from him as well. Once you have collected all the epherometers, deliver them to Manny. Pray hurry, an airship should be coming to collect our measurements soon. I shall continue my scouting and return by a different route. Ah, it's good to see you again. So you've come to collect the epherometers? Well, the measurements should be complete by now, but I haven't taken the time to make sure yet. I hate to bother you, but could you collect them for me? I would like to examine them before you bring them to Manny, so bring them here before departing. What have you been doing all the time? Probably writing maps or something, but it feels like he's just been standing around. There. Yes, these measurements should prove to be satisfactory. Adventurers, please bring these to Manny along with the epherometers from the Northern Scout. Desiree, while you have a gun, Manny was... Desiree, you're back. A dragon caught me unawares, but I'll be fine after some treatment. What news do the scouts report? I brought the thermometers. Sector 12 had completed their measurements without incident. This land is proving to be more dangerous than we anticipated. The pain I can scarce stand. Desiree, pray put the thermometers into the sealed crate over there. You have my thanks, Desiree. What in the seven else was that thing? Desiree, the potion is doing its work, and before long I will be fully recovered. I was investigating the lower layer of a rookery when a hulking shadow blotted my vision. I managed to fight the beast off and escape, but I fear it still stalks the place. It would be a grievous error to let it live. More dragoons could come to harm. I would ask you to slay the beast for us. Once the deed is done, bring something from the beast. Anything would aid in identifying the true nature of a dragon. Down, I believe it was actually here, eh? Deeper, 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 deeper. I see nothing. Which is terrible with this kind of mob. I cannot in good conscience let our dragoon scout the area where that beast still is. Were you able to track it down? You pulled this from the beast's corpse? The armor dates back to before any of us were born. But there can be no mistake, it was forged in Ishgard. This must mean that the dragon was once a heretic and drank of the dragon blood until he... The gilding on the armor indicates it's hundreds of years old. What would drive a man to choose to become that? To a heretic, does such a transformation indicate transcendence? Maybe it's not for me to understand the might of a heretic. Nevertheless, we owe you our thanks for ridding us of that abomination. Laying the first brick. Well, it seems we've completed surveys of all ancient battlefields thanks to you. However, I have one last request to burden you with. I would ask that you deliver two things to the Handeloup at the congregation. Firstly, I would have you deliver the sealed crate containing the thermometers. Secondly, I ask that you retrieve the observation log from the scout to the northeast. I shall inform my scouts at each location that our mission is complete, and that we shall return to Ishgard together. Once again, you have my thanks. We would have not been able to finish our mission without you. Great. And back to you up there. I've received word from Sir Manny, and have written down detailed information of my observations. Pray, bring it to Sir Handeloup at the congregation. The other scouts and I will remain behind at this post and continue with our work until Manny calls for us. Give Sir Handeloup our regards, adventurer. Desiree. It seems your operation at the Churning Mists was... Ah, Desiree. It seems the operation at the Churning Mists was a success. What exactly did our scouts discover? You have a crate full of stuff and a book. Ah, these ephemerators in the observation log will prove invaluable. However, this news that Manny was attacked by a heretic turned dragon is troubling. I've been mulling over the information you Justinian have brought to light. To think that at one time dragonkind and mankind once coexisted, yet now we must contend with dragons born of heretics in this never-ceasing conflict. It's much too early to say if the news of our once peaceful past should be given credence, but it would be foolish to reject it outright. The best course of action would be to become more familiar with the history of the Churning Mists. It's only through knowledge that we can decide our next step. Estinian's report contained detailed information on the Moogles that inhabit that area. Mayhap they could prove to be an invaluable resource for us. Desiree, it seems you've developed a bit of a relationship with them, have you not? I apologize for asking another favor of you so soon after we've returned, but I would be grateful if you could help us strike up our own relationship with them. Alright, gladly. You have my thanks. I shall personally accompany you to ensure that this meeting goes favorably and to show the Moogles my proper respect. We shall depart shortly. Desiree, I shall see you at our destination. Speak with Moogle. Ah, Desiree. I see you still haven't chosen a proper Moogle name, Cooper. What would you ask of me today? There are those from the surface who wish to know the history of this land. Very well, if you vouch for them, I see no reason to refuse their request. However, I would ask one thing of you in return. The Moogles wish to live in peace, and we can't do that if war wages across the land, Cooper. As long as our desires are understood, I'd like nothing more than to meet these new friends. Now, where can we find this Sir Handeloup? Excellent, Cooper. I shall dispatch members of a pom guard to escort him at once. Desiree, please go along with them. They may be shy around so many new visitors from the surface, Cooper. So that's a Moogle. I've never seen anything so cute. Ah, Desiree, it seems we were able to arrange a meeting after all. You have my thanks. So many people from the surface, Cooper. I'm a little nervous. Welcome to the Churning Mists, Cooper. Moogle has told us about you. It's our pleasure to guide you to Mockholm. Where are my manners? I'm Commander Handeloup of the Temple Knights. We are honored to receive your guidance. Furthermore, we appreciate your willingness to impart on us your knowledge of the Churning Mists. If there's aught you would require in return, we would gladly repay your kindness. Sir Handeloup, you come from a large city on the surface, yes? You might have exactly the knowledge we need, Kupo. We have long yearned to learn how to repair stone structures. If we did, we could repair Zenith with our own paws. Us Moogles have a sacred agreement with the Great Worm Wastewager that binds us to protect the Holy Tower. But after 1,000 years, time has worn its luster. Zenith is beloved by Wastewager and stands as a symbol of a friendship between landlords and skylords. If we could restore its former glory, maybe the bond between your two races would be revitalized as well. Indeed, the Holy See's knowledge of stoneworking is vast. Very well, although the road ahead of me may be difficult, I will do all within my power to convince the Holy See to send stonemasons and carpenters to do what they can. You're too kind, Kupo. However, there's one more thing I must ask of you. It may be too soon to allow so many people from the surface into Wastewager's beloved tower. It could unnerve him. For now, we would ask that you teach us what you can at Mockholm, and then we can use our own paws to repair Zenith. It may start with us repairing but a single brick, but if we can keep at it, soon Zenith will sparkle as it hasn't had in a millennium. Kupo. I understand the Moogle's concerns. I know all too well that 1,000 years of animosity cannot be forgotten overnight. Let us work with diligence, and brick by brick, we shall rebuild that which has been lost. I'm glad we've come to an agreement, Kupo. Now let's be off to Mokom. There's so much to share with you. And we get crafting material. Crafting materia. And now there's the unlock quest down there. Twigs and stones. But that will not be this episode anymore because this was long. Anyway then. Until next time, when we play more Final Fantasy XIV, I am Ace and don't get lost.